Hello, welcome to the last podcast for this topic that we have been talking about for the past 9 podcasts now. This should be the 10th of this series and it will be the last for this topic. We will just do a few review of some of the things we've said, and we will end up by focusing on today's discussion, which is the proof of good decision making in the results that it brings forth. So we tagged it, the proof of good decision are in the offsprings. There is a quote that says that wisdom is justified by its children. Have I been wise in the actions that I have been taking? I will only know by the results I get. I hear people get offended when they call the person, why are you acting foolishly? It says it's insultive. And the question I often want to put before those people is that, are there results to justify whether you are wise or otherwise? So now we'll go back to the focus. Remember, our focus is primarily on making good decisions for agribusiness investments. In case you missed it, most of those are early podcasts, we advise you will really appreciate this series if you take time to listen to this series of discussion. Like I said, this is the 10th one we've been having on this series. Take time to listen to them. They are short, they are straight to the point, they will guide you. You even appreciate them more if you allow them flow. So go back and listen to them. So now, talking about the proof of a good decision. The proof of a good decision is not obvious at the point where they are being made. They are obvious at the point when you look back. Accessibility of the quality of a good decision will only be possible at the point of results, not at the point of implementation, but at the point of results. So are you a good manager? You will know at the end of the result of the process. Are you made good decisions in your agribusiness investment? You will know at the time where you are doing a review of your yields, when you are doing a review of maybe the year end you operate. If have you been prompt in making decisions, is at the time of harvest. You will know. It's not how fast you made them. So the question we are going to say is that how is it possible for us to know if we have made good and quality decisions? The first thing that we need to know here is to create a room for assessment. To create a room for assessment. How can I assess the quality of the decisions that I have made over time? I must be able to look at the results I have and I check it. Does this result align with the set goals that we have set to achieve at the beginning? Does this result align with the philosophy of the business? Now, remember what we are talking about now is not does this operation align. We're talking about the result we got align with the set goal. Did the result we get, did they align with the objective of the business? These are the things you start looking at. Then the next question you'll be asking yourself also is that if I was not in the system, my line managers that are reporting to me, would they have been able to make this kind of decision that we made to achieve this business? Remember, our goal and our vision is to grow businesses into cooperation that will have the winning mindset and the winning structure that will be able to replicate the success they have in one line of business to another line of business. We'll be talking about this and much more in the near future as we continue on this podcast. So there is need for you to always remind yourself that is also a factor to know if you have been wise. A wise general is not that wise if he cannot pass his knowledge even onto his lieutenant, because a time will come that the general will become rusty. He cannot go to the war front to battle, but he will need the skills they have acquired over time to have been passed down to his lieutenant. So that takes us to what which we will also be reviewing. You will be able to create a proper decision-making model and structure that will make sure that these good results we have achieved over time, that we are able to continuously and consistently achieve it. What is your decision-making model? Have you been able to transform the subjective way of making decisions into an objective way that you can raise new sets of managers that can be trained, new sets of operators that can be trained to make those kind of quality decisions that you alone can make? One of the biggest agribusiness practitioners have, especially the managers of those businesses, it's always a question of saying, if I am not in the business, everything suffers. If I am not on ground, there is no progress. Most of them, they are the business themselves. They don't have a structure that keeps the business to operate without them. So everything revolves around them. Everything is tied to them. You might be getting good results, but if you are still running your business that way, there is need for you to start focusing on creating a structure, on creating a formal mode of decision making that has a capacity capacity to produce the quality of results that you are presently getting. Start analyzing thirdly, there is also need for you to start analyzing the workforce, the manpower that you work with. What are their capacity? There is need for you to start asking yourself, which area do I need to grow? If you look at one of our early podcasts, especially when we're talking about types of decision making, we said that every structure of the business they make decisions. So as the people grow, the capacity to make better decisions comes up. Those that were making simple decisions before begins to make complicated decisions. Those that make complicated decisions before, they have acquired experience, they've acquired building on the structure that you have created for decision making, the decision making model you have been able to create. They are now making complex decisions. This helps to grow the business. Finally, on this segment, on today's podcast, there is also need for you to review the results. So if you have been able to achieve a set goal, you have discovered that there is need to increase the stake. The goal is to feed the world. The goal is to increase on productivity. The goal is to grow the business. So if you are already achieving a set goal, grow the stake. This year I set out on a goal to achieve an area of interest, and I set a target for myself that's the target I want to achieve in the next 6 months, and I went into work. It's so funny that the target I set for myself to achieve in the next 6 months, I exceeded it in the first month. So what did I do? I didn't just stop there and say, okay, let me go to sleep. This target has been met. I've injected up the stake. So I set a new target now because I need to continuously function. Because the more I raise the stake of the bar, the better the results will be for the business generally. So if you have achieved your set goal, raise the bar, increase the stake. So I want to thank you for as many that have followed us in this past few days on this journey of decision making for agribusiness professional. I am so convinced that as you implement these decisions, as they spur you up to take more interest in decision making, that your farming operations will begin to yield better results. Looking forward to seeing you at the top. Have a great day. For further inquiries on our products and how we can help you grow your agribusiness enterprise, kindly visit www.justoneplot.com.